necessarily a bad thing. It's not always a great thing, but it makes it a more interesting thing.
Yeah, it does, and sometimes it makes the track better as it changes, and you can find different lines. And as you can see, these guys, this track changes way more every lap than a regular Supercross track does because of the sand and the berms and the ruts are digging so deep.
And I'll tell you what's going to change. It's going to be tonight. The points are going to switch up.
Yep.
They finish this thing up. We're just a little past halfway.
That would be just like this, as we were saying before. Barsha would have a 4-point lead over Baggett. Wilson will sit back in third. Of course, Wilson will decide how many points behind he is by how many spots he can gain here, and with 6 to go. Of course, this race used to be done in the daytime, too.
Yeah,
Much different event in the heat of the day.
Yeah, and sometimes it would rain, sometimes it would be hot, sometimes it would be cold. Tell you what, though, it's difficult here tonight. They have all the, the artificial lighting and stuff, but these dark areas of the track where that black sand is, it's really tough to see the lines, no matter how much you can see. I mean, there's a lot of lights here. They do a great job with that, but it's just the nature of the soil that just makes it tough to see.
Matt Lemoyne having a good run, holding down 5th position right now on bike number 48.
Yeah, it'd be a solid ride for him, give him a nice little top 5, maybe even better. I mean, he's putting the pressure on Wharton here. He can stay strong for a couple more laps, might pick off another spot in that 4th position.
Definitely hot on the Moto Extreme Kawasaki, giving Wharton the pressure. Tell you, Wharton, at Atlanta, he was so close to knocking off that win. Felt pretty good here about tonight. He's put in a solid ride. He's been mistake-free. We're going to see just how smart these riders can be as they weave their way not only through the ruts and bumps and moguls of this track, but through the lappers also.
You can see Blake Wharton. I think he's, I think he might be running a little low on steam right now. He's starting to sit down a lot, labor through the turns, and that's typical for Daytona, but not where you want to be with 5 laps to go. As you watch him close, he's hanging over the front.
Wilson starting to move his way up a little bit, trying to bust into the top 10. He's caught Vincent on the 245.
Wow, did you see him execute the left-hander and stay out of that rut?
There's another spot, another point or two.
If I was Dean Wilson.
Wow, he comes over.
Wow, man, foot off the pegs. Wow, Wilson having a wild run now, Aaron. He is now up to 10.
He is for sure a wild ride, and when I spoke with him during track walk this morning, he said he is very excited about racing this track tonight, considering it's more of an outdoor track. He said it suits his style much more than the regular Supercross because he's able to stand up a lot more, which means he's able to manual the bike a little bit better. He's able to wheelie through things that sometimes he typically wouldn't be able to do.
Yeah, she's exactly right. You know, with those long legs, he can transfer the weight front and back, but I kind of disagree that maybe it suits his style more because we've seen this rider ride Supercross, and he's exceptional. At this age, he's really got some skill.
Bro, here's another couple of points right here as he gets around Smith on the 44. That'll put him up to 9th.
Well, you see, look at him riding that inside. Once again, this track is alive.
It is.
It's moving.
Don't forget, big bike still to go. The Supercross class waiting in the wings. They're already in the gate area.
Yeah, and wasn't that always the case, Ricky, as we'd be on the line, lining up, kind of digging our line out, trying to get the starting gate, and then you're watching the main event, and you're watching how much slower they're going at the end of the main as opposed to the beginning of the main, and trying to see the lines that are, parts of the track that you can see by the starting line, and you're just thinking, uh-oh.
I watched a replay of 2000. It was my first win here in the Premier class, and I was coasting like the last 2 laps. I had a little bit of a cushion. I was like, I can't believe I was going that slow.
Yeah, well, one rider that has not been slow here tonight has been the 57 of Blake Baggett. Young rider out of California. This is just what he needs, and he will put himself smack dab in the middle of this title chase.
After a hard race at Daytona, how much longer did it take you to recover to get ready for the next week as opposed to a regular round of Supercross?
Oh, it really take it out of you for sure. You know, you get up Sunday, but I always feel it like Mondays and Tuesdays where normally you'd bounce right back. You can just feel it just a little bit. I mean, this sport is probably one of the toughest sports physically. There's no doubt.
Yeah, and I think that back in our day, as opposed to what Baggett could be feeling right here tonight, is temperature's pretty cool right now. I remember having some really hot days here when you're dehydrated, your eyes are sunk back in your head, your muscles are starting to seize up on you. The night after the race, you know that you need to eat, but you just can't quite muster up the energy.
Though either way, day or night, this track is still tough.
And it's got challenges here in the nighttime, which I know it's hard to see when we're looking at Baggett right here because he's just executing perfect laps. Look at that, just rolls through the turn, gets on the gas. Look at that, just perfect, having a lot of fun out there. And these races, he's 3 laps ago, he's on his way to win. But
Wilson now gets around Lemoyne. Lemoyne has dropped back.
Wow.
That's going to be for 8th. So we had Lemoyne having a really good run. He was up in the top 5, and now all of a sudden he's barely hanging on to the top 10. And my guess is that's the wear and tear of this longer race for him, taking its toll on his body.
Well, no doubt about it. What I was going to say about Baggett as opposed to the 15 here of Wilson is that's a hard race for Wilson. For Baggett to go win here tonight, he's gonna say to himself, wow, that was easy.
Yep.
Right?
It is easy
to
for
win.
him right now.
It's hard to not win.
And right now, he's putting in solid laps. He's got a good judge on where Barsha is behind him. Barsha maybe 10 seconds back, and he's marking him. So he's just riding hard enough, probably, to maintain that gap. If he puts in a good lap, pulls away a little more.
Yeah, and you see how you've got these 180s right here. So as one was going down one way, when you get a chance, like over a jump or something, you'll take a little look out the corner of your eye, and he's going to be able to see Barsha in that white and red gear. He'll stand out like a beacon out there, and he'll know exactly where he's at, and know if he's keeping the pace. And right now, Baggett is 11.6 seconds in front of Barsha.
Here comes Sipes. He's leveled off. He's holding down 3rd.
Solid ride again for Sipes. If you were to talk to him, I would think he would say, all I want to do is win. I'm not about solid races. It's time for me to win. And he's qualified fast a lot of times here.
Yeah, and he's been, he said it earlier, he's been in this class for quite a while. It is time for him to win a race. He's been so close. He's had some bad luck, wrong place at the wrong time, and just never been able to seal it off. He'll probably get one though.
Baggett's going to get one here in a couple more corners. He's got about half a lap to go. A winner a year ago in Dallas, the new Texas Stadium. Now he's Cowboy Stadium. Now he's on his way to his first win here in 2011.
And the irony about that race in Dallas is that it was Sipes and I forget the other rider. They got together on the last lap, and it kind of allowed Baggett to slip by and get the win.
Well, they had that big crash in the first corner too.
Yeah.
Remember?
But here, Baggett has straight dominated the main event. 15 laps of the most grueling Supercross Lights East Coast Championship, and he has just completely shredded everyone out there.
That's so cool, man. Look at, he's having a blast. He's looking around, making sure, dude, do I really got this?
Hey,
this is awesome to watch.
3 races so far in the East Championship, and we're about to have our 3rd different winner. Dean Wilson got a win. Justin Barsha got a win. And now Blake Baggett is on his way after the big triple. Run through this whoop section. Here he comes to the checkered flag. And a winner at Daytona in the Supercross Lights East Championship chase. It's going to be Blake Baggett at Daytona.
Awesome ride. Look at that. He's just, he's going to do him a smoky burnout here.
Yeah, he's going to heat up that rear tire. Meanwhile, here comes Wilson. Now he's trying to get around Malcolm Stewart. This would be for 7th, which would also help him in the points. Let's see what he can do here.
And think about it, the gap back to Wilson is 53 seconds back on the lead. Wow. The race is over for your winner. They're still battling it out.
Yeah. These guys are so back there digging, trying to get to that finish line, the best position possible they can.
And in 7th place, too. That's how big that gap was.
I mean,
looks like Stewart's going to beat him. Anderson's going to get to the line. Ward Larson. Here they come in a great run for Malcolm Stewart. He gets 7th. Wilson will be in 8th, so he will end up now 9 points behind Baggett, who is 4 points behind Barsha. It's going to be Barsha, Baggett 4 back, and then Wilson 9 back after that. That's Mitch Payton right there in the wheelchair who runs that team.
201st win for him. Blake's first win here at Daytona. Man, he's got to be pumped. Good for him. He earned. I mean, that guy was picture perfect. You don't execute any better than that.
That was sick.
Big celebration for the pro circuit, guys. We'll be right back to Daytona to talk to our winner after these words here on Speed. One of the coolest things about coming to the Daytona Supercross by Honda, these fans are all standing right on the pavement of the tri-oval. That's right below the start-finish line flag stand. What a great spot to watch these guys battling it out here tonight in the Daytona Supercross by Honda. Here are the official results out of our Supercross Lights East main event. 3 races, 3 different winners, Ricky.
That's what's so cool about this sport, and it has really been a fantastic year. I got to give it up to Blake Baggett. I mean, he rode so good. Even last weekend, he rode good, and this is the finish he deserved right here, no doubt.
Well, let's meet the winner. Standing by on the podium there with Aaron Bates.
Blake Baggett, when he came up here, he said after taking a big crash on Monday, not in his wildest dreams did he expect the win here tonight in Daytona. But Blake, what a dominating performance you had out there. And coming from, let's take a look, you had the inside start at that. How challenging was tonight, and what does it mean to take this win here in Daytona of all places?
Oh, definitely, it means a lot. But on the start, you know, I just went to gate 1, and it was do or die right there. I had to either get the whole shot or I was going to get pinched, and I got the whole shot, and yeah, to win here is crazy. You know, the track's super rough and gnarly, and I had to crash Monday, so I didn't ride. I only rode Thursday a little bit, and you know, it's Daytona, man, and I won it by a pretty good amount. It's sick.
I think you're pretty much speechless at this point. Congratulations on all your success tonight.
It's very cool to be a Daytona winner, and Blake Baggett is now won. Here's a look at the championship chase, which everybody is battling for, which will be settled at Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas the first weekend of May. And of course, Speed will be there live. We'll settle the Supercross class, the Supercross Lights West, and the Supercross Lights East Championship, and then we'll run the shootout as well, which is going to be very cool. You'll see that all live on Speed that first Saturday in May. And Baggett is now 4 points behind Justin Barcia, Aaron.
If Justin Barcia is riding in pain, he once again is not showing it. Justin, tonight's track, probably one of the most brutal tracks and most rutted tracks that we've had all season. How deep did you have to dig to pull off this podium tonight?
Yeah, you know, I had to dig really deep. I just got to thank all my sponsors, Geico, Honda, Amsoil, Fox, Dunlop, Old Sports Dynamics, and Team Associated. Thanks a lot, guys.
What was it about tonight that was so challenging for you?
It was just gnarly. Having a broken wrist and being out on the roughest track of the circuit all year was just crazy, but I couldn't do it without all my sponsors. I'm just very happy with all of them.
Great job today from start to finish.
And the thing about Barcia is you take a look at that right wrist all braced up there. He doesn't get a break.
That's gnarly. You can ride with that thing. It really is. I mean, you have to be flexible, be able to move your arms, wrists.
Especially with the right wrist. That's the one that really has to be loose. And so great job here tonight. Battling for that title. Still got the points lead. That's what you got to do.